about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sounding loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. So we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds for thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
You put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, 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 money.
Hold out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find the things in my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! The enemy is a small fool. We just got tired of doing what you're going to do. Like a freak boy, yeah. Like a freak little man. Break it down.
Yeah. What up? What up? Man, Dennis just hit me up. He was like, man, I was just thinking how Sundays suck right now with no football. And then you guys surprised us with a live stream. Let's get it.
It's funny because I woke up, I hit Huss with the, I see he had hit me like you were on the clock, which is very rare because I got to sleep in today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally it's me texting, hey, bro, you wake up, you're on the clock, bro. You know what I mean? I wake up, I'm like, hell yeah, I make my pick, and I'm like, bro, what's that? He's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, this is the only time we can sleep in on some Sundays because during the football season, I mean, shit, my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. We got shit to do on Sunday.
I'm going to sleep early. I go to sleep early on a Saturday night. That's crazy.
That's a lie because we always did the late night.
I know. Well, I'm still going to sleep early, bro.
Yeah, I guess that is early. We go to sleep like midnight or something. That is early.
Yeah, I mean, like I almost love doing that Saturday night show during the year, because I could drink and then like be tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm always hyped, bro. Saturday night, man. What?
What up, Marco from the future?
What up, Marco? So
shout out to Strangers that I only got a few minutes until my first place Cincinnati Reds come on. Reds are killing it. What?
Yeah, bro. The Red weren't Reds good last year too?
I did not. I haven't followed baseball like closely in a while.
Oh,
what up, What up, Chris?
I think I might be thinking of the Reds in college, the football.
Maybe.
Like where Sauce Gardner and them came from.
Yeah. Dennis said, should I talk to you on the phone until 1 a.m., Bogey? You guys are trying to work some trades?
No, you know what?
He said, I guess that is only 11 your time. Yeah, you're 2 hours ahead.
Yeah. I was saying it was still pretty early. I know. I think I you know, as funny as I when
Mark said, getting up at 6, that sounds like sleeping in. When you don't have some crazy boss on your ass, because yeah, last time I worked a legit job where I was actually going into an office and stuff, I had to wake up at like 5 o'clock to like get there at 6, and that's like with like no time to like do anything in the morning before I leave.
I think it was Playmakers, you know what I'm saying, last Wednesday. And my girl and them, they all went to dinner at her mom's crib down the street, you know, like walking distance type of shit.
Yeah.
So then, you know, the show's over and I'm streaming really good. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go over there. They're still over there. I'm going to go eat dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like barbecuing like hot links or whatnot. And then, you know, you hear hot links or hot dogs for dinner. It sounds like plain, but they do it up. You know what I mean? They got all the fucking everything you can dress it up with, and they have like chopped bacon, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go over there. You know what I mean? And I get there, and Candlestick, he's waking up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he works fucking morning shift, right?
He works morning shift, but he had came home like at 6 and just fell asleep. So it's like 10 o'clock now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like, fuck it, let's have a beer. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? We're having a beer. Then I go home and have my virtual, I had a virtual studio session. So I was up all night. I almost missed the morning show. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think that was I was like Thursday. I was Thursday morning. And I swear I've been having breakfast beers since Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Just to like, because it's like, I'm like comping. I'm like putting myself back on the horse because I just don't want that hangover. You know what I mean? Some workaholic shit.
It's funny. Crispy says, I can't believe I slept until 11 a.m. today. Is it Sunday or Saturday?
Right.
Whenever I sleep in super long, I feel like in Pineapple Express. After they wake up in the car and they're, what time is it? And he's like, it's 3 o'clock. He's like, what? It's 3 o'clock right now? Oh, it's daylight savings time. Oh, so it's only 2 o'clock. No, the clocks went forward. Like, what? It's 4 fucking o'clock. We slept for like 18 hours.
Hey, you know what's so funny? What's so funny about that too is like even them sleeping worked in their benefit because they were docked away in the cuts. They couldn't watch. You know what I mean?
Sure. What up, Infinite?
I love how
And Dennis, if anybody, I think everybody in the Happy Gilmore division kind of hit me up. They're like, what the fuck is going on over there? So I think everybody knows. No idea why that one league is specifically tripping out and we can't see it. I'm going to reach out. I've reached out to Sleeper.
what's going on.
It's literally like we got our list of leagues and like wherever Happy Gilmore was, it's like not there anymore. And like it's still there, but it doesn't say Happy Gilmore. It says drafting, and when you click on it, it just like goes blank. Like nothing will pop up. Yeah, so I have no idea why. This is super weird. But everybody's hit me up this morning. They're like, "Is it just me? Why can't I see this fucking league? Did you kick me out?" I'm like, "No, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I just woke up. Chill out, guys."
You should tell them. This seems like Bogard shenanigans at its finest.
Ta.
He's not even in this league.
So funny.
So I definitely. You know what was cool is I watched that thing last night. I watched it and I sent it to a bunch of my boys that fuck with wrestling still. Because I got a couple of homies that fuck with wrestling still because they grew their kids up in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they never left it. You know what I'm saying? Candlestick is actually still one of them too, but his son grew out of it for the last 2 years, so I saw them kind of fell off on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like they'll go to all the events that's near. You know what I mean? They'll even go down to LA for events. You know what I mean? Or they went to WrestleMania when it was in Levi's.
I wanted to go to that. Like I was so close to going. Like I was trying to get like one of my friends who lived down here in the Bay. I was like, bro, we gotta go. Like we can get tickets so cheap right now. You just gotta drive us. He was like, I don't know.
Check this out. So my sister's husband, you know what I'm saying, Italian cat from Jersey, right? His best friend growing up, and I met him before because he was in the wedding and whatnot. But this dude, he works for NFL Network.
Okay.
So, and when you're an employee, you get a crack at buying the tickets at fucking your employee, discount, which might not be super much, but it's really about getting the dibs
in general.
Yeah, getting the dibs on it. You know what I mean? Before it hits. But so he had a pair of tickets and he couldn't go no more. Sold it to my sister and my brother-in-law for $5,000 a piece. They're on the 50-yard line. My sister got a gang of footage. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they weren't fans of the Broncos or the Panthers at all. But it's like
still an experience.
Yeah, right. And then so he got it at face value, you know what I mean? Which is just fucking awesome. Because he's like, I can turn around and sell these if I want.
I mean, now, like we looked last year, you're not getting a ticket for less than 10 racks.
No, I mean because see, at the time Levi's was one of the newer stadiums. It's only his second year. So but like I said, he got an employee. Those were starting at $5,000 a piece. You know what I mean? They're probably selling for like $25. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Hell
yeah. Yeah, and then it's funny too because like my sister, she was like, I don't even care. And I was like, give me the ticket then, shit. Give me the fucking ticket. I want to experience the Super Bowl.
I know, right? Yeah, it should be wild. Yeah, the closest I got was working at the NFL Experience before the Super Bowl.
Oh, when they had it in Dago?
Yeah.
What year was that? Was that
that had 2 years, but that one specifically I'm talking about was 2003.
The Buccaneers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 2002 season. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't Dago because there was the dude that played for the Raiders. What up? There's a dude that played for the Raiders. He went crazy, remember? Or he ended up being diagnosed with
TJ and shit, right?
Yeah, he went down to TJ and party. Was like, what are you doing here, bro?
That's a crazy ass story.
And he doesn't remember any of that though. Hey, okay,
And
how
like, he had said, "Wait, what do you mean the car died? What do you mean? What do I mean the car died?" That's so funny. Like it's so stupid how like because I'm assuming James Franco just doesn't have a car. You know, like he just sits at home. Everybody comes to him.
Bro, I was a deep boy. I was a deep boy forever. Never had a car for hell long.
It was funny. He was like, "Man, are you sure the car didn't commit suicide listening to talk radio?"
And it's funny because it's like, duh, you listen to the radio one, and then I love that too because that's still where like they're not besties like that yet. This is the first time they spent a lot of time together, and he's pissed at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like they're fucking.
He is who we thought he was. He's a stupid stoner, pretty much. And it's funny how James, they're not James. When I'm watching the behind the scenes and stuff, he said initially he was supposed to be James Franco, and they were gonna have like his character, and then they were gonna have someone else. I forget who the fuck they said was gonna be, because he was like, you know, we had to have a straight man, then we had to have the comic relief, and he was like, I was gonna be the comic relief initially, but then he was like, you know, we started thinking about James Franco, and he was on the come up and everything, and thought that he would be perfect to be Saul, and he was like, and then I get to be the straight man.
Stupid question. You seen the interview?
No. I mean, yes.
Okay, yeah. Because that's why I knew it was a stupid question, because I knew for sure you've seen it.
I didn't see it like right when it first came out, when all the controversy.
Because I saw it right when it came out, because, and you probably did too, because it was all the controversy. They didn't let it hit the theaters, and they went straight to Netflix. This kind of changed the game. They didn't have big time movies that were going straight to Netflix yet until this one, when they were forced to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I did not see it right when it came out. It was probably a year or two after that I saw it.
I watched it, bro, when it first came out because of all the controversy. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers is crazy. They bagging on Kim Jong-un. You know what I mean? But like, yo, that James Franco is so funny in there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I swear. Like, first he's like there's a scene where he's like, here, open your mouth. Boop. He's like, it's ecstasy. Yum, 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 yum. Chump. Chew it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, the suit he's wearing in that scene, and like his demeanor and shit, and I'm like, dang, he would be a dope ass Joker. Like, because James Franco got that, like, he could play a psycho and it's believable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because he's like, he has that look in his face where he's kind of like, you think he's like a dumbass. I mean, yeah, he kind of does look like a dumbass. I ain't gonna lie.
And real quick, check out this video that I just posted across all social media for our IDP peeps, because I was going back and forth with someone who,
oh yeah, this is funny.
You know, they just cater to the casual people and shit, and they were like, they were talking about a sleeper in the 6th round, and I was like, bro, come on, man, can you pick a different word besides sleeper? I was like, no one's sleeping on anybody in the 7th round, and and then it was another thing where I forget what it was, but I asked him about IDP. He was like, I've played in a few IDP leagues before, but I just much prefer redraft or dynasty. And like,
oh my God, a fucking idiot.
So that's just, you got to pay attention to these guys who you may be listening to on social media.
Did you hear him?
They are
he acted like he knew what he was talking about. That's the funniest to me.
Yeah. My response is, you know that like IDP, like redraft leagues can be IDP, right? And dynasty leagues can be IDP, right? I think like literally like the people, like they get into IDP leagues and it's IDP only or something. Like I have no idea. And even those people are fucking crackheads. Like I'm not about that. But here, check out this video real quick and tell me what you guys think. Because in response to that, I had to make a video.
Oh
Jesus Christ, great.
That's funny.
Oh man.
I always want
like the funniest laughter scene that I could think of, and that was the one that popped into my head.
There's another one, the Austin Powers one. That shit goes on for like 30 minutes, bro.
And see, you know what it is, because I thought of that one too. And I was
For
like,
sure
you
you
know
did.
what? I don't want to have a sarcastic laugh. Like, I want
Yeah.
to try to get a laugh where these motherfuckers are just
Yeah,
dying.
everyone's laughing. He doesn't know if they're laughing at him or with him. You know what I mean?
Well, he's all fucked up, like on whatever drinks, you know,
Okay,
whatever they do this
I
drink.
always wanted to know what that was, bro. Like, what did they put in the drink?
I know, man. That's some special concoctions. That's for
I
sure.
don't know. I'm like, was it GHB?
And
'Cause
yeah,
you know-
Mark, that was from Face Off. It was the scene where he was like, I want to take his face.
Oh,
And
you know,
it was the part right before that. He gave him like the code. He was like, the code to his security is blah 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 blah, and he was like, it's his dead son's birthday. They're like, wow, how do you know that shit? And he was like,
he put his wife.
That was a good fucking comeback right there. He had to come with that on his feet and like,
damn, Castor Troy's the baddest motherfucker.
he's a fucking gangster. Man, that shit was
I actually think that was a dope ass name too.
Castor Troy.
Yeah, like, oh, that's a villain's name for sure.
Ah, Peacock in the house. He said, I could eat a peach for hours.
That's how. But that. Oh yeah, when they were doing the voice thing, huh?
Yeah.
I can eat a peach for hours. It means he loves eating vagina for hours. You know, I'm not mad at that.
He's a savage. Do you remember in the beginning, like it's like the stewardess or whatever? He was like, come here, come sit on my lap. And he was like, if I was gonna send you flowers, no. Let me rephrase that. If I was to let you suck my tongue, would you be grateful? He's a savage. He's a fucking Infinite said, would you trade Trey Lance and Keontae Ingram for Isaiah Pacheco in a New York minute, baby?
Is it a single QB? Probably. Super flex? Fuck no.
Flex.
No, I'm not doing it. Not in a super flex. Because, like, at least wait till some hype comes up. Like, hey, Trey Lance is running with the team ones in training camp. And remember, because we're going to see that. Because we're not going to have no Brock.
What if it doesn't happen, though? Like, what if every time we hear something about Trey Lance, we hear the Brock Purdy is doing
I think we can get better than Pacheco. Because there's going to be a QB needy team, right? Maybe even the guy that has Brock, if it's super flex, right? But what about the guy who has Brock? Maybe like
Keontae Ingram's nothing, so it's really Trey Lance for Pacheco.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pacheco is valued. I'm valuing Pacheco higher than Lance right now.
I don't know. He's still a QB. It's the same way, like
Sam Darnold though.
Yeah, but like it's just Sam. You know how I'm viewing Sam Darnold. He's the third party. You know what I mean? It's really like Sam, if Lance is bad like that, then I would. Or if anyone that doubts Lance, just go grab Sam Darnold.
He said it's a single QB. It's 16-team dynasty, single QB.
So 16 teams. So that does make it a little crucial here.
Well, if you don't have a QB though.
Yeah.
If you have a QB, are you really tripping on a guy like Lance? You don't need to start.
Maybe just I don't know. See if I
can't believe you've changed your tune on Pacheco so much.
Not for a QB. You know what I mean?
But Lance isn't even a starting QB right now, though.
You're right. I fucking love Pacheco. And I think Pacheco would shank Lance to death. Let's go. Make the trade. I forgot. You reminded me of my homie from Jersey, Isaiah. Can't nobody fuck with him. Hey, this time last year.
You're the biggest Pacheco truther last year.
I'm the only one.
And he's only gone up in value. He did not decline. He only went up. Trey Lance.
I don't want him when everyone wants him. That's one of my problems, bro. I'll be a year. I might even be like too early on a player, and then if he doesn't do it, I'm mad at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he did it. He did it decently. I mean, like it wasn't like he was going to disappoint us no matter what anyway, because we was just getting dummy late or like off waivers or whatever. You know what I mean? But I was drafting him. You know me. I was holding on to him too.
And Infinite, don't worry, man. Ask whatever questions you got whenever, man. I mean, even though we're, transitioning into redraft mode with everything and all the drafts we're doing, come on, man. We still know Dynasty. I mean, shit, we got 24 Hustler Dynasty leagues right now. Like, we're always immersed in Dynasty.
You can't spell Dynasty.
You can't spell nasty without dynasty.
There you go. Thank you. I was trying to make a word up, dynasty. I was like, that's not a word. Can't spell dynasty without dynasty.
Big BS said I went to a XPW event. Said there was so much blood. I mean, see, that's the thing. I mean, I'm just assuming some smaller, some smaller wrestling.
Wrestling, cool.
Yeah, and seeing like
extreme professional wrestling is what I'm assuming it could be.
Maybe. I mean, sounds about right. I mean, but I just. I mean, the blood always adds to some kind of factor, but I don't know. Like, I don't need to see a gory amount of blood. Like, I'd rather just see good wrestling. And, you know, I mean, not saying you can't fuck some people up, but I think some people go too far.
I think I think if you're in it for color, right, for blood, you know, you have to watch those indies because, like, they just don't do it anymore on the main ones. And, like, blading.
And they literally can't. Like, they can't.
Yeah, what did they call it? Blading?
Yeah. Yeah, so
like,
I think for like, okay, Brock Lesnar, for example, remember he was facing Cody Rhodes and he got it the hard way. They took the turnbuckle off. He fucking smashed his face right into the fucking metal turnbuckle. That shit, you just see it right away, split his forehead right open. Like, that's the only way that they can really get color. You know, that I think it's
aside from that too, like, you know, they would have they would have their tape on their wrists.
Yeah, and you got the blade right in there.
You got the blade in there, and sometimes they would take it out and do it, or sometimes they would have it where they just go like this, like they're wiping their sweat and just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or like they'd even Ric Flair, he was so good, he would do it to his opponents.
Joe Rogan was fucking. He was asking him. He was like, "So how many times were you getting color per year?" He was like, "Damn near every match at one point."
Every night.
And he was like, "How many matches you do a year?" He's like, "Oh, I can like 300."
It's crazy too because if you look at his forehead, it's not super thrash like some of them older dudes. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, he must have just got really good at it, is what I'm assuming.
Because what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to just get the first layer of skin, and then somebody hits it and it'll bust it.
Right, and then it just goes more.
Yeah. But also,
that's fucking crazy.
Also, too, like even just the one cutting that one layer, you know what I mean? Like it's, you know, you're gonna start bleeding. That's why it's funny. Like we'd be like, oh, he's bleeding, and you see it's a perfect line. You know what I mean? Because as a kid, you don't think about that shit till it was my uncle Jamal. Shout out to Oakland. My uncle Jamal, he's the one that used to always like when I was like in junior high, and he would watch wrestling with me, and he'd be like, man, bro, he would lace me on the old days, you know, the NWA days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Real old.
He was saying how like Ric Flair is like was the GOAT to him, and Ricky Steamboat, you know, he was like, these are the best to me, bro. It's like, fuck Bret Hart, fuck Hogan. Like he was like, and, you know, I'm like, what? He's like, telling you, bro, they're the best, bro. And then, you know, back then it wasn't like we can go. I don't even think you were able to rent videos. I don't even think they had them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it wasn't until Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. I think he had just, you know, in the last 15 years or whatever, he bought NWA. Like,
but it's still nothing as of now, right?
Yeah, it's still nothing. But it's almost like some rich people shit.
Yeah.
No, I love NWA. I bought it. You know what I mean? Right. I purchased it. I have it sitting upon my mantle. You know what I mean? But he had like the belt, and you carry the belt around. Like when he was on Rogan, it's kind of funny too because that made me not like him when I saw him on Rogan. Like this guy's a real pretentious piece of shit. You know what I mean? I hate people like that. You know what I mean? Like, matter of fact, when you could tell, if you ever see me around someone that I'm forced to be around and I don't like them, I'm pretentious as fuck all day to them. You know what I mean?
I don't believe it.
I mean, I just don't like, you know what it is? I don't like people that like say things I don't agree with and can't have a conversation about it. Because then once the moment they can't have a conversation about it, I'm happy about it. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I don't want to have a convo either. I just want to tell you. I just rather tell you. But that's not good at all. The universe knows your intentions no matter what it may be. You know, you can be that motherfucker helping everybody out there in the universe. So, hey, man, hold on, let me hold that door open for you. Hey, man, look, there's a puddle. Throw a jacket over it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you might do like good things, but it's like, if your intention is to be like, when I see this motherfucker again next time, but hey, remember that one time? You know what I mean? Your favor. You know what I mean? Like, you, I don't know.
And if you ever do that, put your jacket down. for someone. Don't do like Waldo from Family Matters. He put the coat down for Maxine.
Yeah, I
But then
just
he
think
forgot that he
Maxine was
wasn't
bad,
supposed
man.
to put the coat on her after that, and then he puts the coat on her.
She thought it was so sweet that he put it on her shoulders.
Fuck
You know
that.
what's crazy?
Is how did Waldo have it all together though? He's the one that had a job, had a car. You know what I'm saying?
Waldo did not have it all together.
Come on. No, but this is what I'm saying though. He had it all as far as he had the car, he had a job, he had a scholarship. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, he had the scholarship to the culinary class,
Yeah,
right?
come
No
on.
one even knew. It was like
This was ketchup. Now, spaghetti sauce. All he did was put some seasoning and chop a couple of tomatoes and some ketchup. And first of all, that's super ghetto fab. Waldo walks in there. What you doing? Cooking some spaghetti? Yup. Cool. This motherfucker just putting ketchup in a pot. Poor Eddie. You know what I mean? And Carl, he provided a good life for them, but spaghetti sauce is a different story. He's like, Eddie, we use ketchup.
And Peacock said, I saw Billy Corgan just today on social media trying to downplay some beefy hat with Kurt Cobain back in the day.
Okay, this is another reason why I stopped hate. Like, okay, for the longest, I never gave Jay-Z a chance. When everyone was like, Jay-Z's hella hard, bro. I'm like, fuck that. Tupac said, fuck Jay-Z. You know what I mean? So I was never fucked with Jay-Z early on. And then he eventually became my favorite of all time, even over Pac in a lot of ways. But look at this. With Jay-Z, right? With someone like a Jay-Z, I just didn't give him a chance because someone I adored didn't like him. Right. So, like, what were we just talking about? What Peacock just said. The beef, right? So because the story goes, he was fucking on Courtney Love after that whole suicide, right?
Okay.
And like, you know, there was a big change in Billy Corgan's image. He shaved his head and his eyebrows, and now he's like super adopting this goth look, kind of like goth sideshow top hat wearing like magician type of look.
Uh-huh.
And then he's seeing Courtney Love, and like nobody for like a good amount of years, nobody questioned the suicide. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like, you know, and what's crazy is like sociopaths are the most dangerous ones, bro. And she's clearly one, because she got on there crying, reading the suicide note, and then like later on when they had examined the suicide note, it's like it's a legit note, like thanking fans. Then the writing changes, and it's like, and this is why I'm gonna go, and this is what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like, you know, she's on there on MTV, bro. This is how crazy it was. Like 2 days later, they're doing like live vigils, candle vigils, and she was reading letters, and there's always people around crying, and she's just there crying with them. Because I am of the notion that even if she didn't pull the trigger, she had something to do with it. And if not, at minimum, when he was loaded off that heroin, she went in there and injected him with more. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Because like the amount of heroin he had in him was like 4 times the overdose limit. You know what I mean?
Fuck.
So it's like, how can you even hold a shotgun like that? Let alone the way it was in his hand.
Yeah.
Like, how do you shoot a gun like this? But if he was to shoot it in his mouth, you got to push it down like a plunger. How's he found like this, holding it like that?
Yeah.
I mean, that alone, you know what I'm saying? But then now going to the Billy Corgan thing is because he was seeing her, and he was like, it was like said like he was seeing her, and then like he always had this, because they were both big at the same time.
Okay.
But what's crazy, it's like without Kurt Cobain dying or getting murdered, in my opinion, right? You know, Smashing Pumpkins, they take the big back seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins to me was more punk rock than it was alternative or grunge. So it was like the punk rock scene really exploded after the leader of the grunge era died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you had like you had Kurt Cobain and Nirvana and Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden, and you had all these. See, the Seattle scene was going crazy. You know what I mean? It was like taking over the world, and then like enter the '90s, and you know, and even Green Day started to phase out. Like the punk rock started to turn into like the complaint emo shit.
Right.
You know, Blink 182, and
yeah,
and like Smashing Pumpkins. They didn't survive that era. They didn't make it into the 2000s. Their band broke up.
Yeah, because the went from like punk to like alternative was like the cool shit, right? I was never.
Punk was big in the 80s, so punk was like born in the 80s. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I guess it was the grunge music that kind of took.
Actually, punk blew up in the 80s because even during Woodstock, you still had like bands that were considered punk rock bands because they were, you know, they were the punks. They were doing their own thing. We're not conforming. Like, you know, it wasn't really necessarily a genre yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until like the 80s when it was like a sound, like something they considered, oh, this is punk rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And Peacock said I heard that like he wouldn't have even been able to finish injecting all that amount of drugs into his
exactly. So in my version, she goes in there. She's probably like the one like, hey baby, yeah, let's get high and this and that and that. Then he's high, he's there, and then she goes in there and just put, you know what I mean? Inject some with more of that bitch. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, there's a joint. It's called Soaked in Bleach. It's a documentary, and all the documentaries that come out about this shit, they're always going to be biased on one side or the other. So this one is biased towards her being the killer or like involved in it. You know what I mean? So then they at one point they show up at her dad's house, and her dad's hella crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a dark rabbit hole, but like she, you know. It'll just be something that she probably takes to her grave, or waits till she gets hella old and senile and then admits it, because that's usually what they do. They feel like, oh, white Jesus won't let me in. You know what I mean? If they believe in that shit, I guess. I will say, I used to think Courtney Love's band was hella dope. Hole, because it was like, you know, it's like, damn, she's with Kurt Cobain. Like, you know what I mean? She's got to be bad as fuck, and she was dope to me as a kid. Then you immediately, and she had a couple hits, but one album, you know what I mean? And then just super, like, even the guy from REM. Are you familiar with REM?
Yeah.
I guess she had something with him too. Like, she was like, you know, she was just this fucking, she was trying to attach herself to something and then take and then suck it dry, I guess. Because I mean, she did it with Cobain. Yeah.
It's fucking wild, man. It's fucking wild.
It is pretty crazy if you go back and like read his lyrics, like his music, very dark. You know, especially that last album that where he was on the cover, like kind of like crucified. I forget. I think am I remembering that correctly? Anyways, yeah, that last album was really dark.
And Big BS said, posers, noobs, and greenhorns. Yeah, you just gotta watch out for some of these guys, because like the one thing that like is true now more than ever is literally everyone can have an opinion on anything on social media. And I really feel like, you know, some of these guys, like they say a couple things that just like sounds good, you know, and people just gravitate towards it for whatever reason.
Man, for me, it goes back to like just how we carried ourselves in the streets, bro. You did not fuck with the posers, the noobs, and the thing, because those are all the ones that are liabilities. And like, what's liability? A rat? You know what I mean? Like, you don't let those people know what's going on. That's why they're wannabes. They're trying to kick it. Like, hey, look, me and my mans, we building over here. You feel me?
I don't know what the fuck
you talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck from me. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, and that's why it's like, I get a kick out of like when someone's real serious and they say something, and then like I go, are you fucking serious? You know what I mean? I rarely have those moments, but I have to say, or I'm gonna lose sleep that night. Like, I have to question this motherfucker. Like when they say wild shit, like that Niner guy, he's saying that wild shit all the time. Well, Lance, it's great leadership. He's gonna be the starter. Like, well, who the fuck is he leading, bruh? He's leading that hairline. He can't even lead that hairline to a great hairstyle. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here.
But yeah,
I gotta ask. See, that's the type of person you should ask him to come on the show.
I did. I already did.
What did he say?
We'll see. We'll see what he
You
says.
tell him, hey, my co-host is a fucking hardcore Niner fan, bro. And he's on.
Well, yeah, because I said it wouldn't even be me hating you; it would be my co-host. He's a 49ers fan, and I would just be moderating.
Yeah. It won't be the first time you moderated Bogey Savage.
And Marco said leading the chain gang, maybe. Not even that.
Did I not? Hey, look at this. In hindsight now, because hindsight's 2020, did I not destroy the fuck out of Titan? What's his name? Tyrant.
I don't think that was ever a question.
Because, but see, here's the thing though, it's like it was so fucking, even if I had a problem with it or not, it was so fucking preposterous the stance he was trying to take. It was like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna have you come on our show, and he was a part of that show until that day. Remember?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna allow you to come on the show and say some dumbass shit like that. You know what I mean? It's almost like I'm trying to save this motherfucker from everybody else grilling you. You know what I mean? But you know, it's cool. I just like being right. You know what I mean? It's easy to, you know, if I'm that motherfucker's like, the sky is blue. No, sky blue, motherfucker. Specific. You know what I mean?
It's funny if it's like listening to Bogey talk shit. He reminds me of a cool ass macho man, Randy Savage.
Tight. I'll take it. The madness. He go, oh, hey, yo, his traps was hella big, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Look, Jake, I want to see that snake bite you first, Jake. I'm serious, Jake.
And Dennis said,
snake bite Jake first.
And Dennis said, is he saying hindsight is 2020 or high end sight is 2020?
See, it's like homage or homage,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
Like, so you know what's funny? It's like each his own. Some people say to each his own.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just, you know, tomato, potato, whatever you know.
So funny. And Peacock said that the cream rises to the top. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's so dope about his promos? It was the intensity because the volume of it was low. You know what I mean? He'll take you real low. Look, Hogan. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take that real low, like, oh shit, man.
And see, I feel like it, and didn't Triple H just totally like take Macho Man, but like just to a different level?
Yeah, I mean, it was more like
we're gonna kick.
Yeah, he did.
And then The Rock had to get on them, and he's got a $2 whore for a wife. And Stephanie took the brunt of so much shit.
I mean, she looked like her daddy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but
if you're fucking on Stephanie McMahon, you're fucking on this man looking ass bitch, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you know, we're not gonna knock anybody here, but Triple H did go from China to Stephanie. So, I mean, he just likes those manly women. It's just, you know, it's kind of what it seems like to me.
Shit. Hey, China had a clip the size of a joystick, an old school joystick, an Atari one.
Like, because I bet you for a guy like Triple H, because you already know, like, they're in the gym together. Like, China was like, they were like friends before they started fucking. Like, they were like in the gym.
China was over there. Come on, bro. Push it.
And a gym session turned into a porno movie in there is probably what happened. And you know that like their foreplay was like spotting each other doing bench presses.
My girl got a cuzzo. And because it became like, you know, like 6-7 years ago, it started becoming real popular to do them pose offs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those motherfuckers, like, you know, motherfuckers were on their fitness, but they were on the roids. Him, the dude, and his wife. And it's crazy because like one time I asked him, so what's like, the downside of roids. He's like, bro, the biggest downside is like, you just want to fuck all the time, bro. And like, I guarantee that's what happened with Triple H in China.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Turn around, bro. Let me get you. Putting steroid in each other. That's hitting the gym. Yeah, come on, bro. Push it. Come on. You know what I mean?
Real good.
Then they would hit the showers and have gorilla love, gorilla steroid juice head love. You know what I mean?
No way. I think it happened inside the gym.
Inside the gym?
Inside the gym. They're bench pressing, and like Triple H is just like looking up while China is spotting him. And then they switch, and then China looking up at Triple H while he's spotting her.
He just whips it out. He just whips it out while she's on the bench press.
I'm telling you, this was like a gym session turned into a porno with those guys. Like, it had to be. Had to be.
Okay. X-Pac over there, X-Pac, he was like, you know what, bro? He's like, I'm gonna do what they didn't do. I'm putting it on film. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on, let me go. Me at my 5'7" height, my girl's like, can you reach something for me?
Yeah, the crazy thing about it, because I forget who was asking X-Pac about it when he had his podcast, but they were like, what was it like, you know, when China started going into the adult movies, like, why do you think she stayed, like, in there? And, like, he was like, can you imagine being in, like, a wrestling, you know, like, being in WWF and, like, being such a big part of things, and then you're, like, kind of shunned, and then, like, because Triple H, like, you know, starts dating Stephanie McMahon. Now China's getting fucked over, you know, a little bit more. And he was like, she went over to, like, Vivid, and she's filming movies, and he was like, they're treating her like a fucking princess. You know, like, everything is all about her. They're doing everything that they can to, like, make her feel, like, wanted, you know, on set, before and after, during, and all that shit. And so it's crazy that for her, it was just finding a company that, like, you know, made it seem like they cared about her. She was ready to be done with WWF at that point. And what Crispy say, blocking the sunlight to stop global warming is the worst idea I've ever heard. I haven't heard that one, but we have heard about people trying to block out the sun before in TV shows. I know The Simpsons did it, and South Park tried to do it. We're going to block out the sunlight. Both for totally different reasons. But yeah, Mr. Burns, he just wanted that nuclear power getting used 24/7.
That's true. I can feel it. That triple digits is coming.
Man.
Or it might even be here. I'm in my insulated garage, but I'm like, okay, I have to air it out now.
Yeah.
I cracked that bitch open, that heat comes in, man. That shit's crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's actually insulated. At least it's insulated.
Wicked hot.
Wicked hot. Okay.
Yeah, Dennis was saying it earlier because he said we both say it differently.
Oh yeah, you always say high insight, and I always say hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, but then I'm gonna be real. The same way I always say, to each his own.
Yeah.
Right. I never knew it was to each his own. I thought it was to each his own. Like it was like some saying. Because I heard it as a kid. Never until like you see it written down, you're like, oh. You know what I mean? So yeah. I said it all the time. So hindsight, and the same thing with hindsight. I thought they were saying hindsight, not high insight. You know what I mean?
And I never really knew if I was saying it the right way. It's like I'm saying a phrase that I know, but I'm just saying it the way that, like, I don't know, feels right to say it, I guess.
Man, it's funny 'cause, like, this is something I get from my parents. They old Filipinos, you might have an F and it come out as a P. Oh, we're gonna eat some fish tonight. What? Some fish. Oh, fish. Okay, right? I would do that one. But the one I do is like I used to always flip D's and V's because this is how I heard my parents say it. So I didn't know it was a debit card until I got one. I thought it was a debit card. You know what I mean? Because they just will flip the goddamn D's and V's or B's and V. I don't know. It's weird. Filipinos are funny.
That's just funny. Oh man, that got me.
What's that man's name? The hindsight man. That was the I had this homie, and we used to always make fun of him. Like, man, shut up, you a hindsight man, bro. Because he will always be like, I told you so after something happened, but he ain't never warned nobody. Like, bro, you ain't never told us that shit. I told you, bro, that Bill was gonna be a flop this shit. Bro, shut up, bro. You didn't say that shit. You ain't fucking hindsight man over here. Only like, you know what I mean? Like a motherfucker that's a pussy to make a proclamation, but they want to come around and claim this. You know, it was funny. I used to work for someone that was like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
And so you know what it is?
He was sweating. He said everything, man.
I just checked it to see what it is. It's hindsight.
So I was right.
How are you saying
the hind is like the back end.
How are you saying it?
Hindsight. Like HIND.
Okay, yeah. So you are saying it right then.
Wow. I thought it was high end. Like, because when I start, you're not the only one who says high end.
I even think like high insight, but I think the way that I say it sounds like high insight.
Yeah, like really good vision.
Yeah.
You got high insight. Which it makes sense though, because you see things clear after it happened.
Yeah.
You know what? We're making up our own words from now on.
It's more fun that way, anyways. And this one, Marco says, "No more weed for you." And the face-off shit. I want to take his face off. No more drugs for that man right there. We need to get that drop.
Oh shit!
No more drugs for that man right there.
Yeah, bro. I think routinely I say stuff that deserves that drop.
And Charlie Brown said, "Yo, Josh Jacobs is half Filipino." Yeah, for sure. He said, "Knocks the Filipino flag on the back of his helmet." Yeah, for sure.
I think it was the last 2 years they started doing that international month or whatever it was, or international week, where like, and you know, because you will be surprised. Like a lot of the players that have something along the way in their bloodline, if not all, like what's his name's rocking the Korean hat or the Korean flag, Murray. I was like, I fucking knew it. Because every time I look at him, he looks like a real life, like how they would draw black anime characters. He looks like that, man. Do you remember the Chargers, their season schedule breakdown shit they released last year? It was like the anime shit.
Okay, yeah.
And when they showed Kyler Murray, he looked hell on point, man. He looks exactly like he's in real life. But he's like part Korean.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
And then Jacobs half Filipino. Cameron Bynum.
Yeah.
From the Vikings.
It is crazy how if I don't know if you I don't know how long you guys have been watching and following, like me and Bogard have, but there was a time still in this century, remember where like guys were wearing like pink shit, for like the breast cancer awareness and getting in trouble still. Like that's how far the NFL has come as far as like individuality, because now these dudes can like rock cleats that like get sold for their charity, and it's made by like these high-end artists, and shit like that.
I mean, in the last decade,
individuality now.
In the last decade, they stopped. I mean, they stopped allowing players to throw up gang signs. Then they stopped them doing outright just touchdown celebrations, and then they brought it back. Like you can't throw, you obviously can't throw gang signs, but also too within the last decade, they made an emphasis on players not saying nigga, because like players are saying that shit all day on the field. You know what I mean? It's how motherfuckers talk to each other.
Yeah.
Then it was like, you're catching it on TV.
It's different. You hear a white guy say it, and then it's like, you don't, because man, I mean, what's his name? What the fuck's that fool's name? Richie Incognito.
Oh yeah,
man, like shit was getting a little bit too wild.
See, Richie Incognito too. I don't even think it was necessarily the racist thing. He was dropping like the slurs, like toward the gay slurs. That's what he was doing. Like,
no. He was saying that because it was him. Not the guy who he was talking shit to, is a black guy, and he was like, "Man, I'm more black than him," but he said, "I'm more N-word than him." That's the big.
That's not quite incognito, is it?
He was not incognito with that statement, and I'm not even saying that that's that might even be a true statement to like someone like him who grew up like around.
Remember
nothing but
the whistleblower. I remember them like they would put like blow up dolls in his shit, and like they were like making fun of him like he was gay and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But see, I didn't know they were. Yeah, so I didn't know that part too. He was throwing some hand bombs in there.
Yeah.
Then there was another guy from the Eagles. Remember the Chip Kelly era, and they didn't even. See, this is funny because this is before cancellation. But he was at a rap concert in Philly, and he's trying to get backstage, flexing that he plays for the Eagles, and security was like, fuck. You know what I mean? And then he started calling him all kind of N-word, with a hard R. You feel me? And they didn't cancel him, bro. And I remember Mike Vick came out and made a statement. Oh, I know him personally. That's not how he is. Like, yo, shut the fuck up, Mike Vick. They got you doing a dance now. You know what I mean? You remember this shit? I think his name was like Cooper or something like that.
Yeah, shit's wild.
Something Cooper. It was a white receiver though.
Yeah. And speaking of Michael Vick, Tyreek Hill has him on his podcast this week. And man, Michael Vick, man, it's crazy. He was like, I mean, just hearing him talk about the shit that happened, back then, the money that he lost out on, and like being okay with it. Like now, he was like, but if you asked me, when that shit was happening, I was like, fuck these motherfuckers and all this and that. He was like, it took a long time for me to be okay with the way that things played out. And he was like, and it took me, making the comeback and everything. And they shouted out Andy Reid, so that was his favorite ever. And he was like, we both got second chances from Andy Reid. That was something they had in common, and they're sharing Andy Reid stories and stuff.
You want to know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Is that Andy Reid, he did develop into be a better pocket passer. But you want to know one thing that never changed is he just flushed him towards the left.
Yeah.
Flush Michael Vick, he's going to roll out every time, man. It's just like he just throws it away or throws, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
he always resorted to throwing on the run. It was just like you just flush him out, and obviously, overload the other side, because he's a left hand, he's a lefty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's funny is the league did the same thing to Tua early on.
Yeah.
Like lefties just kind of got it bad because like think about this too. If you're a lefty, your right tackle is your blind spot. Like you can't, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's like. Yeah.
And Charlie said, I think that the team had incognito's back more than the dude he bullied on the Dolphins. For sure. Incognito's a starting offensive lineman. That dude was like third string, fourth string defense. So like Incognito's just way more of a part of that team.
I bet you started that like he wasn't handling in the practice field probably. He was just talking shit to him. You know what I mean? Man, you're fucking soft. No wonder you're a third stringer.
It probably was a lot of that. It probably was.
And then if he reacted soft I think it's safe to say Richie Incognito's like an old school type of player.
Yeah.
Where it's like if you're soft, they're gonna drop the F word on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how those in that the man's world is. The super misogynistic. You know what I mean? This is a different world. Testosterone driven.
And Infinite said, who's the player that you can't leave your draft without? So that literally changes from week to week with me, especially with these best
Brian Robinson?
But you're not drafting him early to make sure that nobody
because he goes so late.
That's what I feel like this question means. Okay, so let's rephrase that question.
Oh, I got a new one.
Who's someone
Romeo Dobbs?
What?
Romeo Dobbs, Brandon Cooks. Like I love targeting. Maybe not the guys I can't leave without. Because
that's what I'm saying.
I'll reach for those guys. The guys that I can't leave the draft.
That's what I'm saying. Let's rephrase it to that. Who's someone that you're willing to draft a round or two early? Doesn't matter when. A round or two early to get that person.
Drake London.
Okay.
Probably I'll take him in the back of the third instead of like that fourth round where he's normally going. And I would be assuming, if I'm going to super flex.
And Dennis said Travis Kelce. You can't even put a guy like there in there because it's not even possible that you can get him.
People are just drafting Travis Kelce where he belongs now. That's what it is. But 2 years ago, he was going at the back of the first round. Then for some reason last year, he's fallen again, to the second. This year, he's going in the top 6. You know what I mean? There's a lot of bold analysts right now that they think they're bold saying this.
Yeah. And we've been saying this shit for like the last like 2 years. It's
Yeah,
like
bro.
if you have a 10-man redraft league and you start a tight end, I would be taking Travis Kelce in the first round, no matter what spot you have, including the first overall, because he's the biggest positional advantage, especially in a 10-man league.
Another one that I'll reach for is what's that man's name? DJ Moore. I'll take DJ Moore like around earlier. Calvin Ridley was one of those guys I was doing that with, but then now he just goes there. He just goes higher now. Where now it's like I think we're drafting him at like his ceiling.
Yeah, and see, and I'm so desensitized to questions like this because there's not one player that I need to draft to like, or I'll like feel like my draft is lost or whatever. Like I have to draft this person. I must draft them early. Like if anything, I'd say Aaron Jones might be that guy right now because I've been trying to get him everywhere, and maybe I'm drafting him around earlier.
You know what scares me about Aaron Jones?
Next round.
Here's what scares me about Aaron Jones is that he just doesn't play full seasons. You know what I mean? So at least we're getting him at a value because I wherever you draft him, you have to expect you're going to miss some time. You know what I mean?
Is Aaron Jones like? Does he not have the possibility of being last year's Josh Jacobs, where he's being drafted?
I just say the offense gets in the way of it because, like, if they go from like a 520 something pass attempt team and they jump up to like a 600 pass attempt team, I'm totally with you because a lot of that's going to be Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, one thing in Matt LaFleur's era, in his era under Matt LaFleur, he's never not been at least second in targets on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so. But I need these pass attempts to come up, and I need their defense to be terrible. Hey, what do you know? Their defense is terrible. So
and look at two of the teams just in their division, the Lions and the Vikings. You know, like it's not like they're paired up with these teams that have like the craziest defenses in their division.
Hey man, I'm drinking all the Lions Kool-Aid, and it's funny because normally the one Kool-Aid I drink that the public is drinking, it's not the Kool-Aid you want. Because it's the betting public's favorite to win the division. I still have the Vikings winning that division. And if anyone in that division is going to surprise us on defense, it's going to be the Bears.
See, I don't even think that. I feel like if anyone surprises us on defense, it's going to be the fucking Packers. Like if they somehow like start playing well, because it seems like they have.
Okay, I guess health was an issue in their secondary. You know, they didn't have Jair Alexander. That's a big difference. Yeah. I mean, well, actually, he did play most of the year last year. Never mind.
Well, he was hurt for some, and then how about Devondre Campbell? Like I think people forget
the whole year on IR.
Yeah. Let's go see. I can't remember how many games he missed last year because
while you looked at him, I'm gonna grab Bruja real quick.
Yeah, he did not go on IR last year.
Okay.
Yes, he missed 4 games last year, was what it was, but it was 4 games in a row, and let me see. Let's see. Jair Alexander. How many games did he play last year? Okay, yeah, he only missed 1 game last year. But he was recovering from a big ass injury. What was his injury that he had the year before? Was it an ACL? Let me see. Let's see. That was 2021. It was an AC joint sprain. AC joint is what he had.
My girl, I walk into the house, I grab a beer. She's like, "You drinking already? Fucking alcoholic."
It's Sunday, man.
And I'm like, here's the thing. It's like a man thing.
I don't think it's a man thing. I think day drinking is based on what you have to do in that day. If you were going to go operate heavy machinery or you had to go to a job for 10 hours and you're drinking like right now, yeah, you might be an alcoholic. We're chilling on a Sunday smoking weed. You know, just like
here's my thing though, is like I know alcoholics, you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely told an alcoholic story the other day because I have been getting faded since like Wednesday night. So I'll wake up and I don't want to be feeling hungover. Have a beer. It's a man thing. You know what I mean? And then I go about my day. It's like coffee. I'm like, okay. No one goes, "You're a caffeineaholic." Yeah,
like,
everyone I know that.
Marco made the best point. It does depend on what you're drinking, right? If you were just knocking out shots right now,
light beer. This is a bunch. Any real alcoholic, man, that guy's a fucking vagina, man. Hey, you know what's funny is like I smoke good. I do everything designer, you know what I mean? Top shelf, everything. But then I drink the shittiest piss beer ever.
Oh man.
I don't even like IPAs though. I think it's an expensive. That's an expensive. Like those are alcoholics, motherfuckers. They combine their love for collecting things and drinking. You know what I mean?
IPA, like
Because everyone I know that like my homies, they'll come through and trade their IPAs, and like I mean, because I'm not in that world, so to me, it's like
see,
wow,
even Marco, he said, "Wait, Bud Light's beer."
See what I'm saying, man? What?
Yeah, see, I mean, I never got into the like. I just went more with weed, you know, than with beer, and I was like always driving, and you know, like it's just different driving high.
Here, I will say this. I will say this. I grew up in a household where like my dad will come home and be like, long day. You know what I mean? And he had just got home. And see, because my dad would do one of two things. He'll come home, and actually, it's one of two things. But there's two different styles of each of them, right? So one, he'll come home, go straight to his little back shack. And sometimes he's in a good mood. Comes home, hey, what do you want to eat for dinner? Hey, goes to the back, smokes, comes back, and he's just in a good ass mood. You know what I mean? So one of the days he comes home in the traffic, he walks in the house, motherfucker, and then goes in the back, right? Then he comes back, hey, what you want to eat? You know what I mean? Because that's all he needed. But then sometimes he comes home, he's just standing in the fridge, just standing over here. You know what I mean? But hey, working in the Silicon Valley, bro, that traffic, you're in 3 hours of traffic every day, and you only work like, you know, fucking 40 miles away from work. You know what I mean? Or from home.
Fuck
it's
that.
Just like it's that morning grind every day. You know what I mean?
Fuck that.
Like I know people in New York and shit. They feel us in the Bay because like when you have places where you got to go across a bridge, bro, this is a bitch.
Like I always felt like it's crazy that like, you know, you don't get any kind of compensation from like, you know, like being an employee and driving to work. Because if
you know what's funny, Candlestick does.
Well, yeah,
he was just saying that because I go, damn. So I go, you got to get up at 3 and drive 2 hours to your location.
Because I asked you about that. Does he get paid for that?
Yeah, and because I asked him that night.
Yeah.
He's oh yeah, hell yeah. He's like, as soon as I turn my car on, they have the fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Of course, there's a way to fucking track it somehow.
Yeah, I mean, you're tracking the car, period, as soon as you turn
it on.
Like,
even with, like, taxes, though, like, isn't it bullshit that, like, you know, if you're an independent contractor, you know, working for something or you have your own business, you get paid for the mileage. Well, not get paid, but, you know, you get money off for the mileage. You know,
that's why I got all my quotes. Like, all the quotes that I scheduled to get for concrete in my backyard, they're all licensed guys.
Yeah.
But the guy that I know I'm gonna go with, he's not a licensed guy, and he's done my dad's and my girl's dad's joints.
Yeah.
So I already have examples, but his whole thing is like, go get other quotes, and I'll beat that number. And I'm like, cool, because then I'm going. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm gonna go and get the professional quotes, and then be like, all right, I'm not even they're not even close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he already knows.
Exactly. And
like Dennis said, guys, 2 weeks to 2 weeks today, cigarette free. Good shit, bro. Good shit.
Hey man, that 2 weeks marks that physical withdrawal should be gone. That's what they say, at least. It's all mental from here on out. And don't stop what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Take it one day at a time. But yeah, I feel like you get over that first month. I mean, that's like it's got to be a crazy hump, because even with weed, you know, like they say, the shit is in your.
Don't talk about us quitting weed ever.
No, that's not gonna quit.
Don't even talk about it.
I'm just saying.
I don't even want to speak hypothetically.
No. If what I'm saying is, if weed stays in your system for 30 to 60 days, you know, just for average users, it's got to be longer than that. It's got to be like at least the same ish for tobacco. You know.
Well,
what I'm saying.
Well, they put all kind of chemicals and shit in cigarettes.
Yeah.
So, and like, you know, if you were to smoke like chemicals, stuff like dope, right? Like methamphetamines, fucking crank, stuff like that. Stuff like that gets out of your piss in a couple days.
Yeah.
Even cocaine, right?
Yeah.
Your blood's different, obviously, your hair, whatnot, and the mouth swabs. But like
the chemical doesn't stick to your fat cells.
So there you go. So I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the cigarettes are the same. Like when because think about this, when you're a smoker, you are constantly nonstop pumping all that shit into you. That your nervous system adjusts to it. That's why people are like, they feel like they gotta have it. Fuck, I'm uneasy right now. I need a cigarette.
Yeah. I would just say, like, as far as like, you know, because I mean, I know all of these things are coming from plants in one way or another. It's just the way that it's turned.
Are they?
Well, it's starting there.
Are they, man?
Even heroin's starting with poppy seeds, right? And
call Philip Morrison right now. Get him on the line.
But it seems like tobacco and weed are the closest, you know, to me as far as like what happens with the plant. Obviously, you know, tobacco, I mean, a bunch of chemicals are being added and shit after, but you're still smoking, you know, like the leaves and, you know, like all that shit, like as well.
Yeah, nicotine, you're right. When it comes to nicotine, it comes from tobacco plants.
Yeah. And Bake said, I'm about to crack a 10% IPA from my brewery. There we go. Says my day off. Cheers. Let's get it.
And he ain't playing either. Because them IPAs heavy, bro. That's why he's like, for my day.
Crispy, you're savage. He said 42 years, still smoking cigarettes. Secondhand smoke is what kills you.
But see, he's from Texas. And he's from a different generation. They don't make them like they used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They really don't.
They don't make them like they used to. My dad still smokes, bro. But it's crazy though, because my dad, he didn't smoke for this past week because like he was having that cough, right? Then they, you know, then they give him all the imaging and everything, and he's straight. Then he's like, but he had fell and busted his ass like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And the cough was like, you know, hurting his back where he had fell. So they're like, all right, they gave him codeine. And then yesterday, my mom and dad hit me like, hey, we got pies. I'm like, hell yeah, right?
Nice.
Because there's this pie shop that around here that's popping.
Okay.
Like, what kind of pie do you want? He's like, we got a few. I was like, oh, give me the key lime pie. Like, hell yeah. They pull up, and I'm like, where'd y'all come from? She's like, oh, she's like, oh, we just came from Reno and we went to the pie shop.
Nice.
I'm like, Reno? Because I know my dad, he's not a gambler. He goes to party.
Okay.
Watching shows. He always calls himself the cheerleader. Yeah, I'm the cheerleader. You know what I mean? And I come around and I tell your mom, hey, give me that voucher. Because you know what I'm saying? That's the only way my mom's going to win money. She'll just keep playing. You know, she's a slot jockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my dad would just come by, give me that voucher. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
It's like the best way to do it. I do the same thing to my girl because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, what you got over there? Oh, you up 200? Man, cash that. You know what I mean? The voucher. Go ahead and put in another 10 in there. That's how you're supposed to do it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking serious.
Yeah, for sure. I know you are. And yeah, that is how you're supposed to do it.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm always of the mindset, stick and move.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to sit on the table and it's blackjack, I want to sit on a fresh cut. And I preferably, my preference is a single deck. And they're usually like $25 minimums on those single decks. That's cool. So I'm going to sit down. We're all getting face cards this first couple rounds. I swear to God we are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a higher probability. And then, you know what I'm saying? Boom, I'm out. Hit a couple of hands.
The moment I lose, I'm out.
I'm not like, all right, you got to get it back. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I never win so much money gambling, because I'm just like, all right, let's go.
But I'm the type too, though. I'll walk by like a roulette.
Loaded. Yo, I put 200 on red. If that shit hit, let's go. But when that shit lose, like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, it hurts.
Fuck it. So I was just walking through. But when you hit, you're like, what?
Oh. Especially me, bro.
I'll be flamed up, draped down in red.
Yeah.
Put it on red. That motherfucker hits. That shit's funny.
Hell yeah.
My favorite kind of gambler is, I call them the environmentalist gambler.
Okay.
They look to their environment and they make money off the hotness of the environment.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Hey, kid, no, don't leave. Sit down. Don't change it up. You know what I mean?
Momentum's real.
The momentum's real. Like, you know what I mean?
Because you got to kind of have someone remind you that too, though.
Yeah.
Or like there'll be everything's hot on the table, and then the last guy he's up on deck and like, don't you fucking hit that. There'll be one guy who just has the gall to speak on what you should do with your money.
Yeah,
but he's making sense though, cause don't fuck this up. Hey, you got 16 there. Don't hit it. She's showing a 4.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? Then she flips his face card. Then that fucking 9 comes out. See? You fucked it all up for us. You stupid fuck. You know what I mean? Like, what is there to think about there? Shit. You know what I mean? Like, there be motherfuckers that are
it's just, that's the thing though. Because as much as everyone's trying to win there, is everyone trying to win necessarily at all costs, or are they trying to win and have fun at the same time?
You're trying to make sure someone don't fuck up your win. That's what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? Hey, man, if you lose, you're going to lose for all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Potentially.
The anchor is the most important on the blackjack table. It's lightweight. I think it's just as important as the person who's doing, as the decisions that the person, like when a person like splits for no reason, like a person had 2 kings, like you don't have to split that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dealer showing her face, like, oh, that's an automatic stay. Like, you don't split that. You know what I mean? This is not.
You really, you don't, but it's like how many people are like, I could win.
Yeah, I'm gonna split it. They see anything that's double, they split it. Anything double, they're splitting that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like stupid people.
It's just fun.
I'm that motherfucker that says it too. Hold on. Don't you fucking hit that shit. I am that motherfucker. I'm an environmentalist gambler.
Oh man, let me see. Let me see if I can find this specific scene from Entourage, because they did have let me see. They had an episode where they go to where they go to Vegas. And this is just it's a crazy ass turn of events. So Vince, he's the superstar, okay. And he's going through a lot of drama right now. So they get out of LA. They're like, let's go take a day trip to fucking to Vegas. Let's go. And they got invited to judge a stripper contest, and he got 100 racks for coming out there. So of course they're gonna spend on gambling. And so at this point, they're down, I think, like 150 grand or something like that.
So he's in the whole 50 from that 100 that they gave him.
Oh, well, yeah, and it's funny.
Or is he down that plus
he's down that plus some other money, and
plus $1 fish. God
but
damn.
his agent Ari Gold, when he comes in, he was like, "Hey, Vinny, you want to go 50-50?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he says he's down 100 grand. And he's like, "What, Vinny? We went 50-50." He's like, "Oh shit, that means I'm only down 50 grand." It's like, let's get back at it.
Love it.
And so now here's where we catch up with them at the poker table.
Feeling good, Ari. Let me sit.
Ari,
how much you down? 207. We can get that back.
What up, BS?
Going out of here. Calm down.
What up? Top of the morning, BS.
I'll take another marker for 100,000.
Oh, I think you're on the clock.
Thanks, Sam.
I think you're on the clock in Matrix.
And see, look, he sits down and gets 100 grand marker right away because he already got that money out there.
Split them.
How much is that? 75 grand. Now 150.
150 on the table. You split 8.
Gotta do it.
Another 8.
Again.
Gotta split it
I
again.
once saw a guy split 6 times straight.
225 now on the table. Got a 10, got a 9. Now he gets a 3 on the last one. Has to double down.
Good choice. Double down. Vinny, 300 grand.
We're gonna 300 grand on the
all my kids are
table.
going to community college. I'll take this hand myself if you want.
And then look at the guy next to him. Here it comes. Oh, he got a 3. Got a good card on the double.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'd like to split these, please. You're gonna split kings?
Yeah, what's it to you?
Got 150 grand on this hand. I don't want you fucking up my card.
Sir, you have to let him play his way.
Well, he's playing like a fucking idiot.
Sir.
Ari, calm down.
Ari, relax. You're gonna get thrown out of the casino with 300,000 on the table.
We'll take
Calm
care
down.
of it later, Ari.
And he gets 2 10s.
Looks like I knew what I was doing.
No, it looks like you took her braid card.
Dealer has 11.
It looks like she had 21. I think an apology is in order.
Oh, somebody shoot me. Put me out of my fucking misery.
If only it weren't a crime.
Ari, remain positive. Summon the cards you desire.
Get a higher power from above. Come on. Can't hurt to try. Please, God, give us another 10.
Am I getting that apology?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come here. Give it to
And that's
Hey, listen, he was ready to stroke him off for that one. He's like, listen, man, fucking apology. Let's go to the bathroom.
And that's just that's kind of a little glimpse into their life. It's a little glimpse, that's for sure. Because they do have a lot of downs, but man, their ups and their highs are so high. Yes, that's why I don't play blackjack.
Yeah, it's funny though, because what I just described, I've never watched Entourage.
Yeah.
It's the same shit, man.
Yeah.
You that dumbass on the table where you have to tell that motherfucker, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Days, bro.
I mean, it's funny how it ended up working out for all parties, because it's usually not like that.
I mean, in hindsight, right? In hindsight, it worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been wild. Who knows how much they would have been down.
Shit. Hold on. I'll be right back. I hear my man's calling me. I think he's on the toilet.
Right. All right, we'll do another dab. We're gonna get ready to get up out of here soon, though. But yeah, BS. So much stress at the blackjack table, huh? All right, here we go. And make sure you go subscribe to the 420 Crew playlist on YouTube. It's crazy. It's like we're kind of stuck at where we were as far as like viewers and subscribers. It's like, man, we just couldn't hit through this like threshold. But then I start uploading all the music, and like our subscriber count has just been bumping up like every day ever since. So yeah, I know some people might get turned off by like the music being posted, but I hope all the 420 Crew members are liking the music, because it's making our channel get bigger, and more stoners are finding us. Because everything has 420 Crew all over it. Yeah, let me put the link in the chat for you guys. There you go. Follow the playlist. We got a ton of songs on there. Hell yeah, BS said the sports bets are just as bad. Exactly, right? Really stressful times. And Bake said he loves the music. Hell yeah. Who was the one who commented? I saw. Who was it? Yeah, it was Bakes a lot who said this is his jam. Hold on. Let's get it.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we got Tony Braxton up in the house. We live up in here, y'all. It's getting hot. Let's
The cow shitting again, sitting the wind, loaded guns, clipping the end, none sicker than him. Yes, indeed, I'm illers in the STDs or sex disease. These dirty rats want extra cheese on that piece of the pie. Now ask me how high, I tell you reach for the sky. Fling the crooked letter rock, that's my home. 23s wrapped in chrome. Not only snap on y'all niggas, but I'll slap them bone. Slap your dome, make you leave that crack alone. You got the key to the city, but the latch is on. I got it locked, bringing the noise, bringing the funk, dock the spot. Bringing my boys, bringing you lumps, pop the Glock, but only if you feel this shit. Jack the Ripper, don't make me have to kill this bitch. Back to get ya, put it in check, that's the Mr. Mac with his foot on your neck, shut your lips up. Smoke cheaper, cheaper, smoke cheaper, cheaper.
Man, Bogey, just in the week that we've been uploading these music videos, we've gotten like 20 or 30 subscribers just from the music videos. And everything's all stoner music. We've got 420 crew all over, every single video. And getting more stoners. We're attracting them.
We love stoners. Best in hell.
Yeah, and YouTube might be not pushing our fantasy stuff. It's wild how much they push the music, but I guess like YouTube is probably like half built off of music being posted there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, shit. 2009, 2010. I mean, I was like only using YouTube for like music. You can find any song that you fucking want at any given time.
Yeah. Okay.
I would always be playing this.
I would sit there and just think of stuff from back in the days and throw it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember one of the I hella remember because I was having an argument that like I never rocked Chuck Taylors, and one of my boys was like, "Bro, you used to have them Converse back in the day." I said, "No, I never rocked Chuck Taylors," and I said the Converse that I had, they were Converse. I think they were called like Stars or whatever, or Superstars.
They were like the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson Converse and shit.
No. They weren't those ones either. They came out in the mid '90s, and in the you ever heard of Soul for Real?
Yeah.
So Candy Rain in that video, they're wearing those shoes. So like I remember going on YouTube, pulling the video of it, I'm like, those are the ones I had, motherfucker. Because I always made fun of fools that wear Chucks and shit, like you know what I mean? Because like when the Crips, being a Crip was big in the '90s, you know what I mean? My family was all Bloods, everybody wore Chucks and shit, but you were like synonymous with being like a Crip, you know what I mean? And like if you were a Blood and you wore like red Chucks, or even if you weren't a Blood and you wore red Chucks, motherfuckers was fronting on you, you know what I mean? So like I was a D-boy all my fucking life. I wore shell toes, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the one joints that the shell toes are Joe's, but the ones I did have was the goddamn those in that So For Real video with the the heavy D. That's hard too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In Target over here, right? And I swear to God, it's because we're in like South Sac-ish, right? It's a lot of black people. When you walk into that Target, bro, they are slapping. I swear. You know like how department stores be?
Yeah.
At the Target over here, it's like that. They play music, you know what I mean? As I walked to that Target, they were playing So For Real. I saw a gig. I was like, oh, shit. And then, like, there's this dude who's walking by. He started gigging too. He's like, right? I'm like, right. That's just a throwback, man.
That's
But it's funny, though, because they're playing music in general. Because they do, because they sometimes they'll hear some country shit. It's like, and it's a Target radio station.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, shit, that's tight. No one in their right mind ever is like, let me get that station, put it on my Spotify.
No, fuck no. I mean, it's literally a Spotify channel like for all of their fucking stores and shit. Because the variety store that I worked at, they had like the same. They had the same.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Back in the days, it used to be like Pandora.
Yeah,
it was like put on Pandora and shit.
Yeah.
Pandora and Pangea. Oh, okay, that's different. Pangea was like when the continents were all one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pandora. What is that? Pandora's box. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Was that in Hellraiser? Was that the box? Pandora's box?
I think it was. And man, I could never. I just could never fuck with that. I even tried.
I never fucked with. Hellraiser was so whack to me. I mean, Pinhead. I don't know. I never got it.
And he's not even really like in the first movie at all. Like, I mean, that was another thing too.
In high insight, you're right.
That's what's fucking weird, some of the like the old school like horror-ish movies. I mean, I don't know. Like
the demonic ones always fucked with me.
Like I don't like the demonic movies.
Yeah.
Possession movies and shit. 'Cause that shit's like real.
Yeah.
It always gave me the heebie-jeebies, man.
Yeah.
Scared the bejesus out of me, man.
Fuck yeah. Like I mean, the Chucky shit, you know.
That shit was fucking hilarious. Come on.
Maybe those ones, you know. Let me see. What are some other ones? Because yeah, even Friday the 13th, I never really
hilarious.
I watch it later. Like I didn't watch that like as a kid or anything. Like if it was on TV.
We used to, because you know what I'm saying, I got hella cousins, so we would just go on like horror movie, like slasher flick marathons and shit. And them shits was always funny to me because as a kid, I'd be like, damn, they running into the motherfucker. They look back, he's just trotting along. He's just walking. See, Michael Myers made sense to me because it'd be like, you run, and he'd be like, fuck it, steal a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael Myers would be driving with the mask on. That cop pulls him over, it's all bad for him. You know what I mean?
All right, let's see. Hold on. Dennis A just sent me a video. It should show before we get out of here. Let's see.
Get out of here, fly.
Shoe fly. All right, here we go. Let's see what this shit is all about.
How many times do we have to go over this? We all agreed you're the least creative killer out of the bunch. You have zero fashion sense, and you've been wearing the same blue jumpsuit since 1978. You agree, Jason? See? Even a big dummy who hates me can agree you're lame.
Even I used a voice changer in my movies.
And you changed your look and mask for the MTV spin-off series.
Very true, Fred. I did.
Later that same evening.
All right, crybaby Mike, you stormed off, so now we're back to see what you got. Let's go.
Yes, I'm an island Mike. I'm just trying to kill him. Yes, I'm an island Mike. Kill him Halloween. I'm gonna get you, Lori. Keep me creeping out the head. When I'm here, you're dead.
Oh my God, Island Mike, huh? Thank God there's not two of them. Trash.
Last night, yesterday afternoon, Brian Pillman.
Oh man,
that's funny.
That shit's fucking ridiculous.
Hey, that was hey, you know what's funny about that? Because that's some grown ass men that did that shit too.
Oh, here we go. Another song that's been added to the 420 crew playlist. We got Free by Bogard. Got Free.
Nice.
Yeah. Trees. What that though? Bogart's got free.
Turn that bitch up.
Prime one.
That's my shit.
Triangular.
Earth blocks.
Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another day in the life of a rapper named Irv. I was too damn young to be flipping them birds, so I went in the booth and started flipping them words. Drive straight and don't smash the curb. Quarter ounce to burn, more bounce to earn. A profit be my object. Trifecta stay plotting, not scheming. My team, dream team supreme. You know that. Where the dough at? I came through on the block in that all black foreign. All your rhymes is boring. I got your whole snoring. Ain't nothing in this life for free. You know how it be.
They say I'll never be free. I'll never be free. Consolation prize, give me money. Ironically, ain't nothing for free. Call me a fake. They say I'll never be free. I'll never be free. Consolation prize, give me money. Ironically, ain't nothing for free. Call me a fake. I woke up this morning. Money on my mind. I ain't got no time to waste. I'm just trying to find a way. I'm trying to stay focused when I'm on that grind. The title is mine to take. Trying to wash me like a tidal wave. They say I'll never be free. I Ironically, I'm Bogard Scarface. Ain't nothing for free, all the way down to the air I breathe. They say I'll never be free. I'll never be free. Consolation prize, give me money. Ironically, ain't nothing for free. I'm in faith. They say I'll never be free.
I remember I was on the mushroom.
I'll never be free. Consolation prize, give me money.
I was on the mushroom dumbass stuff when I was writing that shit. And like it's funny because it was real prolific to me. Because the mind state I was in was like I was heavy on the mushroom before I went to the studio. And this is one of the rare occasions when I got there late. That's not the rare occasion. I get there late and they made this beat already.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was like, what should we add to it? And I'm like, me? You know what I mean? And like, what's crazy is because it's talking about like, they say, well, I'll never be free. You know what I'm saying? But the consolation prize, give me money. Because time is money. But ironically, nothing's free because we're spending our time that we'll never get back type of shit. You know what I mean? Right. And I remember explaining that shit. Like in hindsight, after the session. And my boy Herb was like, this nigga's on the mushroom, bro. Because they don't really fuck with the mushrooms like that. My boys in the studio.
Yeah.
So I just be in there in my own world. You know? I mean, they fuck with it, but they don't fuck with it in the lab like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're not like, you know what I mean? They're always like, they're not finna jump behind the wheel on some shrooms and shit.
Right. Which nobody really should. Well, I mean, if you're already like super peaking anyways.
I don't know. Just don't hurt other people. How about that?
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want to your own self.
It's funny because the song that came up on the 420 crew playlist is "Do What You Want to Do."
They're playing. It's the universe. I love the strings on there. I didn't know Kidda gets down though, man. I want to hear some of his shit, man.
It's funny because we just got disconnected when things happen. You know, and I think there's a lot of those years.
Hallelujah, kids hear this. Devin's got some shit, wouldn't give a fuck if you diss. Because shit, to each his own, for E. Jones's voice. You can be spitting, killing, or chilling, whatever your choice. Smoke some weed, smoke your pipe, fuck it, life is how you live it. I grab the mic while the DJ, explicit lyrics is what I'm learning. Try to make money so I can make honeys blow on my dick. I go on a quick mission just to find some kill. Ain't no big deal. Just
it's so crazy because I never got exposed to Devin the Dude until that episode. Because I mean, he was obviously on the hook for I Just Wanna Fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know like he's from Texas and he's from, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What up, PB and Waver?
What up, PB Dub?
What the fuck you wanna do? Say what the fuck you wanna say. Say what you want, hope you're grown. You make decisions on your own. Yeah. No one would suffer but you. So do what the fuck you wanna do.
Now everybody's got elders and you should respect them. They've been through similar shit, but then again you can't let them put their hands on your life like a remote control. Have you traveling down the same bumpy toe up road? Now close friends and relatives, they should be constantly by your side. And understand you got to let your conscience be your God. There finally comes a time for yourself you must decide. Cause you only get one ticket, might as well enjoy the ride. Just do what the fuck you wanna do. Say what the fuck you wanna say.
The keyboard on there is hella tight. It's like a synth type of organ.
Say what the fuck you wanna say.
It's like a jazz organ.
There's a couple of fucked up man-made rules that we should follow, but you gotta realize you just not might wake up tomorrow and the dollar you earn is the dollar you spend. Go get something for your kids or buy a bottle of gin. Is it a sin? I don't know. We're X and O's in this game, trying to survive, trying to get high, trying to get by and stay alive. So do it till you're satisfied, not just a little bit. Don't wait until you're 80 and start saying what you could have did. But what did it all mean?
And Dennis said so on tomorrow and off Tuesday for the fourth, right? We're not going to do an evening show.
I'm down to rock tomorrow still.
I mean, yes, really. I mean, 4th of July. I mean, the wake and bake could happen. I mean, maybe we won't do FN. I mean, I don't know. It's really, we're not doing anything until fireworks that night. Dennis said let's come up with a tomorrow.
We're doing Jeopardy, right? Monday night.
Oh yeah.
Even if not Monday night, I'm down to do it like during the day if Derek's available. You know what I mean?
Derek said Monday work.
My girl has a doctor's appointment during the day, so I like anytime after that.
Yeah, like I mean, what if we? I think it was either 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, we're gonna do. We're gonna do.
That's right, because he's East Coast time, so yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Our homie Marty, he put another Jeopardy game together.
If he wants, he could even add another category, just like bullshit for bullshit topics, like just something that's not even football related. Just it'll be funny for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it took so long. The first, like, it's always going to take long.
Oh yeah, that's true. How many categories we got? 5. And then there's 4 each,
and then a final Jeopardy question. 5 questions.
25. Okay.
Yeah, 100 all the way up to 500.
I know. How the fuck do they do that shit? Jeopardy is like 30 minutes or an hour on the actual show.
30 minutes.
With all them commercials too. And they do all them categories too. I wonder if they edited it.
Well, of course they edited it. I mean, there's
just a stupid question, huh?
Because there's no dead time, like in between the question. It's like there's no thinking. It's like like that's the dead time that they probably cut out. It's like as soon as someone gets it, they're already on there for next category, whatever money or whatever.
Who was a bitch for 2000, Stu?
Who is Mark Ingram? BS said on my briefcase with some crumbled herb. I like it, bro. Just nice. Man. And BS said I'm in for a fast draft on Tuesday, so we wouldn't be able to do it Tuesday night. I mean, we're just going to be doing stuff for the fireworks, and so I'm down to do
blowing things to smithereens.
If we're not going live.
Oh, okay, there it is. That's the name of the channel one day when we get big and we just have ignorant channels. Blowing things to smithereens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
we'll blow up. Yeah, like we could even do like fast food runs. Like, all right, we're going to Burger King today. Order hella burgers, blow them up. If motherfuckers are getting millions of views running things over, why can't we blow things up? And I'm pretty sure if I go down the rabbit hole, there's already somebody blowing things up.
Yeah, but see, I don't think that that's something that
they're not blowing things to smithereens.
I don't think that that's something that would stop anybody, from watching or finding something. Just being a lot of channels like that. Who knows if there's even a lot of channels? Who the fuck knows?
If there's a channel that's called Blowing Things to Smithereens, I'm gonna cry, bro.
Go see it.
I was too late. I want to blow things up, bro.
Let's see. I don't even think anyone has a video. That
Boom.
Let's see.
And it could just
So
be like
someone has a chance. So there's no one like blow things up into smithereens. The closest one is all blow up into smithereens. But they only have one subscriber.
Right, because we're gonna kill him.
They only got one subscriber though, so they didn't really do too much blowing up over there.
It's because I already took care of it.
And Dennis said Marty is also working on an initials game. Me and him talked about. Okay, cool. I want to do more trivia, and if anybody can, we need some, what we need. Like, if you want me and Bogey to both be involved in this, we need someone to come on live with their trivia question, like whatever it is. It could literally be who were the 1,000-yard rushers, last year? Who were the 1,000-yard receivers? Anything, like literally any kind of trivia like that. And I would love to put some trivia in short form. You guys get to come make an appearance, on the show. And maybe it's like a 20-minute, segment on the live stream. But then I chop that up and then we put it on social media. We put it on, on its own video.
Oh, you have to wear a suit. Yeah.
Let's get one more dab going in here before we get out of here. Yeah, the damn suits.
You know what's funny? It's like,
I only want to wear a suit when I shit on other fantasy analysts now and say why they suck.
I want to wear, we should wear a suit to the fantasy analyst's funeral. You killed them all. I swear that's the best idea I've ever came up with. If we do a talk soup type of with all these other fans.
The channel that did that on Twitter, they blew up.
They blew up, remember?
What?
Didn't I not?
Hold on, here's some more behind the scenes.
A calendar year before that Twitter account came out, I was saying we should do something like that. You know what I mean? They didn't know.
Here's also some other news, though. Well, first, you don't know who these people are. They're like keeping it a secret.
So it adds to the mystique.
Yeah. And then second, I heard they stopped posting shit for a long time.
Well, I had to kill them.
Well, it was someone else. Someone else sent him a cease and desist letter. Like who knows? Like what? I don't know who sent it or like anything.
It has Schmitty written all over it. Cease and desist.
But then they started putting stuff. Then they started putting stuff up again.
Did they ever get Schmitty?
I don't think so. They've had.
You know why? Because Schmitty's not shit on Twitter. I don't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like
they only post Twitter posts.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really dumb analysts out there. And so the Twitter, it's called Fantasy Receipts. And they only go repost the stupidest takes,
That were totally off in high insight.
And people are literally crying about it, legit. Why are you bullying people out here by retweeting?
Because they are wrong as fuck. That's why. Listen, all right, all fucking right. I'm the one behind the account. And I'm tired of it. Enough is enough. Enough is enough of these shitty takes.
Enough it is time for a change.
Hit the drop.
I don't even have the Owen Hart drop.
I think you did. Before you had to reload everything.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those ones before the Nation of Domination one for Spencer, you used to give him that one. Or no, you would give him that one as an alternative.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. It's time for a change. I used to laugh, bro, when we were doing the battles joint. Because that's when you would give him that song because we used the Nation song as the intro.
Yeah.
So that was Spencer's intro when you give the Owen Hart joint.
And Dennis said, just wear a tuxedo t-shirt.
Fuck yeah. Listen, I'll wear a shirt of me wearing various suits and tuxedos. Like, I'll just get a collage of me. See, this is why I love knowing Peacock, because like I'm gonna come out with some dumbass ignorant shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I had this idea, like all my so I had I'm late on running this summer, but it's perfect because I'm true Bogard fashion. You know what I mean? Because now like I'm gonna drop hella. So now we're gonna, here's my thing, bro. I'm very egotistical, but I eat a lot of mushrooms. So I don't get mad at the things that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, make a shitload of music. And like, it'll be like, it's a song that I designed, engineered, and manufactured. And then the homie be like, hey, can I put that out under me? Yeah, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? And like, because I have been sitting on my shit, and it's all the new, but I like how it's working out now, because we're all putting out music simultaneously, and a lot of those joints, my boys and stuff, the ones that they're asking for, they go crazy. I want them to have one, because these, like, okay, I'm gonna be real, like my homie's music, all of them, but there will be the ones that I really like. You know what I mean? So when they tell me, hey, I really like this one, but it's me like on the hook and I'm the first verse and like it's designed to be my track, I'm like, yeah, it's all good, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm not that egotistical like that. Like I actually think that's dope that he wants to put that one out like ahead of anything else he's been sitting on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but see, that's been like the last 12 releases though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like all the while, like I'm getting flagged for these other joints and I'm really trying to push and I'm like, fucking A. You know what I mean? Like I just want to put something out with my name where it's me not being featured. But yeah, I'm on production and all that shit. Like that's cool, but yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my ego still wants to be fed. That's it. You know what I mean? That's the
All
only
right,
thing.
I got a question for everyone, for Bogey, and then for anybody else who's listening right now. So we're about to lock in another sponsor for the for the August event.
Right.
And it's the draft day dice. And so what this is you draft positions based on the rolls of the dice. And it's not going to be where we have to put anything money wise into it. It's just going to be $100 prize for like the league itself.
I'm in.
And it is going to be offense and IDP.
Blowing these bones for me.
Yeah, so it'll be free to join. You have to be there live because like we're literally all like everyone who's in there is going to get their own set of dice as well. So we're not going to be like exchanging the dice or anything like as we're like playing. And it's either going to be 10 or 12 teams. I mean, if we can get 12 people in, we'll just do 12, and it's just going to be $100 prize total for the winner. And yeah, you got to be there, guys, because it's like a physical, live, in-person draft where we're literally all shooting dice, and that's like how it shows positions like on the dice, and then you draft whatever positions that the dice show.
Okay, maybe this should have been one of those things you phrased as, you want to hear the good sponsor or the better sponsor? Because I think that's the better one. What's the other one?
No, that's the one. That's
okay. Yeah. Make the phone call.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Dennis said I watched his videos. Okay, yeah. So you guys got to get there, man. You guys.
After you make the phone call, throw on the fucking Steve Urkel when they're in the casino, right? Casino.
Hold on, let me see if I can find that one, and that'll be the last thing we play before we get out of here, because that shit is super funny. Oh, actually, wait, this is what I was gonna play. This is me and Bogey wearing suits here.
Tell him, Vince. I know, but that was the old Stone Cold. Thank you.
That was the old Stone Cold. The new Stone Cold wants you to take this camera and get the film developed, because this is the absolute last time you will ever see Stone Cold Steve Austin wearing a ridiculous suit like this son of a bitch I got.
You know what? We're not going to sell out. We're not going to sell out.
Rattlesnakes don't make corporate pets. What's he doing now?
You promise.
Hell, you got to remember, son, what you see is what you get with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I ain't fancy, and I'm a redneck from South Texas. You're damn right, and I ain't gonna change for nobody. I got one last thing to say to you, Vince. Hell, like I told you before, I said it to someone else, I'll say to you, DTA, don't trust anybody. Now what I want you to do is bow down for Stone Cold.
Oh my God! What has he done?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, don't change for nobody, and that's the bottom line.
Cause Stone Cold said so.
He hit McMahon right in Greenwich. Where? He's gonna pay for that, I can assure you. Stone Cold Steve
I
Austin.
know, right? Banks said someone's got to get Stone Cold to my top back to be who he is and what he is. That fuck bullshit.
He's a WWF champion, and don't anybody ever forget it. He set McMahon up, you know he did. Oh, look at the. Uh-oh, I don't like the look.
I removed it, Crispy.
I can assure you, you all right, Vince? Are you all right, Vince?
Are you all right, Vince? Hey. Oh, man. All right, let's see if we can find this Family Matters Steve Urkel craps. Let's see. Dang, no. It's not on YouTube. That's a super good scene. All right, well, you know what? We're going to get up out of here. And yeah, so yeah, just another reason that you guys got to get out to Vegas, because that's going to be a league where you don't even have to pay to get into it. So we know that people are going to want to get into it. And yeah, so another reason that you guys need to make it out to Vegas. We'll see you guys more than likely. I mean, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. But yeah, be on the lookout on social media for everything we got posting. And go subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah, check us out.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll see you guys then.
Hey, nobody blowing nobody up, man. Don't hurt nobody. You want to just do what you want to yourself. Don't hurt nobody.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like JPP on 4th of July. So let's be easy out there. Peace out, peeps.
Peace.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the.